from Elias Pettersson last year to who could be the Elias Pettersson this year. So Jack Hughes, number 1 overall pick, going to Jersey. His brother Quinn Hughes, you mentioned Pettersson playing alongside out there in Vancouver. Capo Kakko, the 2nd overall pick to the New York Rangers, and Cale Makar, who hasn't played a regular season game yet, but impressed, jumping right from college into the Stanley Cup playoffs. So of these guys, who would your pick be for the Calder Trophy as Rookie of the Year this year?
You know, it's really interesting. Jack Hughes isn't necessarily as tall as a guy like Pettersson, but he is kind of light that way. The big difference for me when I look at him versus what Pettersson was able to do is that Pettersson did it at 20 years old. We're going to ask Jack to come in this year at 18, and I think that's going to slow things down a bit. So he wouldn't necessarily be my pick. I think Quinn would have a better chance for the Calder Trophy next year, just because he's older, played a couple of years in college.
What does a defenseman have to do to win the Calder?
He's got to put up points.
But how many?
The bottom
because
line.
We always compare these offensive numbers, but as a rookie in that position,
he's
got to
crest 50.
Yeah.
You got to crest 50 points. Now, he's got the guys out in Vancouver to do that, but he still wouldn't be my pick.
Okay, who is your pick?
Necessarily to win the Calder. My pick, it's going to be an 18-year-old, so it may sound strange, but physically it's a guy that's already a man, and that's Capo Kakko.
He's huge.
He is absolutely huge, and he's a guy that has proven on the world stage against men. We saw the way he dragged Ryan Suter around in the World Championships that this guy physically is ready to do it. I'm envisioning potentially him playing with somebody like Panarin and Zibanejad. And if that happens, that could literally be one of the top 10 lines in the National Hockey League. Can he keep up with those guys? It's not going to be easy, but he certainly has shown us glimpses that he has that type of potential. It's going to be hard in Madison Square Garden. It's going to be hard with the bright lights on him. But he has made everything look easy so far. So if it does, in fact, end up with him on that top line,
is that what you would do? Because
this is
a
guy,
lot of times we talk about GMs and coaches, rookies with so many expectations. They want to insulate,
I would
never
give it to him. That's up to the coach to decide, not the GM, just for the record. But I would want my coach to make him earn it before you give it to him. But the fact of the matter with the Rangers is there's a lot of guys that need to earn it. So he's really just into the pool with the rest of a group of players. And I do think he has the ability to come out on top. So I'm pretty excited about his prospects as we see some other Finnish players have done pretty darn well in the National Hockey League.
Pretty easy. What are your expectations for Jack Hughes?
My expectations are that he's the guy that's certainly capable of hitting the 40-point mark. I think that would be really good for him in his first year. And I say that because I still think there's a chance that Heischiser won. Travis Zajac really plays the second most minutes, and then Jack Hughes slides into that third slot. That'll push him a little bit out of touch of maybe some of the more offensively gifted players. Might shelter him a little bit. Let's not forget about Pavel Zacha either.
You're right.